So what is one of the best performing Singapore stocks that has played out really well over the past 1 over year? And more importantly, can there actually be more upside? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier advisor and trader in Philips Securities, and in this video, I'll be talking about one stock, right? One stock that's played out really well for us, and of course, I alerted clients and some of my inner circle members to this stock, and it's played out really well for us over the past 1 over year, right? And we'll dive into what has happened over the past 1 year, what were some of the targets that were drawn, and of course, we'll dive into where we are right now, and more importantly, what do we want to do right now? Could there actually be more upside? What are some of the near-term targets that we can potentially hit to? And even on my system that I have, I call it the 1GT, one good trend system. How does it look like? Does it look more bullish? Does it look like selling is coming back? Do you want to get out and all that? This will be covered in this very video, right? So let me just dive into this stock, and this stock that I'd like to share with you will be this company called Sembcorp Industry, right? Sembcorp Industry right over here. And this chart was sent out to clients of mine, all right, last year, right, at the beginning of 2022. So you can see this was like Sembcorp Industry right over here, and it was in 2022, January 2022, right over here at the bottom. You can see this was like somewhere around January 2022, and there's some upside targets that were drawn when it broke that $2.10. So it was like about $2.21 just beginning of January 2022 last year. $2.21. Remember the price, right? $2.21. And there were some upside targets that were drawn because it broke a very key level. It was a very strong uptrend, and it was where we predicted that there could be more upside to maybe like 230 and 250. And yeah, it did play out. It started to move a little bit higher, and targets were revised. And what happened was we saw a little bit of profit taking, and this was somewhere around November, right? So fast forward later, right? This was like in January. Look at this. This was like somewhere in January by $2.21. We got it covered. Started to push up, and then started to see a bit of selling, came back down, and that's where we covered it again somewhere around November 2022 when it was about $3.06. So it kind of like hit down, went and found a little bit of a bottom, and started to see that reversal happen. So it was like about 306, and same thing, upside targets were drawn again to like about 330 and 350, and of course targets were revised again. So that was what happened in November 2022, just about 6 to 7 months back. So now it's like in June 2023. So where are we right now for Sembcorp Industry, and have targets actually been revised higher? And where are we right now? I mean, is it time to sell or get out? Let's dive into the charts right now before we look at the system that I have that shows exactly what it says. Okay, so here is Sembcorp Industry right now trading at about $5.45. So before we talk about where we are right now, just remember that, last year, as I mentioned, beginning of January 2022, right over here, remember the $2.21, that was where some upside targets were drawn. So it started to push up, swing down, swing up, and push up really well. And then we saw some profit taking, went all the way down, and then we covered it again whereby some upside targets were drawn, all right, about $3.06 if you can remember, and then it really started to move up and swing up, and we found what we call higher highs and higher lows. So the uptrend really took shape, and it really started to push up all the way to where we are right now, from like $3 just in November 2022, just about 6 months back, to $5.45 right now, right? So the question is, can there actually be more upside? So I think some of you might be thinking, wow, it has gone up like so much, and in fact, that has been what many people are saying, since it went from like 3 to 350 to 4 to 450, and people are saying that, well, it has been a bit too expensive. I should have got in maybe right at the bottom. I should have got in like last year. But the truth is that in an uptrending stock, what we're going to learn is that, in a strong stock, it can move higher. Nobody knows exactly how high it can go. So what you want to do is that you want to maximize your profits in an uptrend, right, by taking steps to protect your profits as it goes higher. But don't think that because it's moving up and it gets too expensive, you should have got in last year and all that, and you get out, and you don't buy the stock, and you're just like not doing anything, and it moves higher and higher. So that's not what you want to do. In an uptrend, you want to be prepared to buy at higher prices, but at least the stock is strong and it can push higher, all right, rather than going and buying into like some downtrending stock that is going lower and lower, and you buy and go slower, and you buy and go slower. Cheap gets cheaper in the stock market. You don't want to do that, right? So try to focus on stocks which are in an uptrend, all right, and of course you want to take steps to protect your profits as it moves up, give it more leeway for it to move up, and if it does break like a certain resistance level, it can push higher as well, all right? So let's dive into where we are right now to analyze if there could actually be more upside for Sembcorp industry. As I mentioned, right, since like last year, a lot of people have been saying like, oh, it's too high, I want to wait for it to come back down and then I'll buy. But the truth is that it did not really come back down. We consolidated, we push higher, we consolidated, and then we push higher again. And the uptrend continued, right? So nobody knows how high it could go. It could go to like $6 or $7. The truth is nobody knows. But what we know is that, as long as it stays above certain support level, like it has done, right? Let me just show you what I mean. So you can see that since like last year, we have found what we call support levels as it started to move up. So this was like a little bit of a support level. Okay, let me just draw it for you. This was like another support at 360. This was like another support right over here at about $3.30. So what do I mean by a support level? So a support level would be a price level whereby a stock moves up and it starts to consolidate. It moves a little bit sideways, and we find what we call a higher low, and that would be a good support, all right, whereby if it holds above and that support is higher than the previous support, that is a good thing, right? And it's healthy. We want to see some consolidation in an uptrend before it starts to push higher. So we saw this little support somewhere at beginning of 2023. You can see it started to consolidate like for about 1 month plus sideways, push higher, and we saw this little support right here, and then we saw this little support right here. Can you see, guys, as it moves up, we consolidated a little bit, all right, for like 1 or 2 months, and then we started to push up. So there was like another support right here, it moved sideways a little bit, another one sideways. So right now we are right over here somewhere around the 545 level. So there might be another support that's being found right here. So let's take a look at what could potentially be the support as it consolidates, like maybe for like another few weeks or 1 or 2 months before attempting to push higher and then consolidate at a higher level again. Does it make sense? All right, so that's what you could do. So right now I would say that for Semcom industry, we might be seeing a little bit of support. Of course, right now the support would be at about the $5 level. $5 would be what we call a psychological support level. That would be a strong support level. As long as we stay above this $5 level, I think the uptrend looks really intact. There could really be more upside. So if you have got in on this stock, all right, and you've been riding it from like $2, $3, $4, and you're riding it great, all right, what you can do is to take steps to protect your profit. So you could have like a stop loss below like $5. If you want to just give a bit more allowance, you can have a stop loss below $5, maybe like $4.95 or $4.90, just to kind of like protect it in case it were to go below 5, then it's a little bit shaky, a little bit weak, then you might want to get out as well. But anything above $5, it looks good. It looks good. And also you can see that this $5 coincides with what we call the 20 days moving average. So this is like the 20 days moving average, just short-term moving average. And obviously you can see that this line, it's pointing up right now. Does it make sense? It's pointing up right now, prices above it. So that is a good thing. That's a good thing whereby there could potentially be more short-term upside. Whereas if the line were to like flatten out, like we see over here, you can see that as it started to consolidate, this green line started to flatten out and started to move up again, right? Look at this right here. So at this consolidation, it started to flatten out and then move up. Same thing here, flatten out a little bit and move up. All right, so whenever we see this green line flattening out, then that could point to some sideways consolidation. But right now you can see this green line is still pointing up, so you might just push up a little bit. All right, I mean, assuming that prices were to hold above like the $5 support and even the 520. All right, what happens is this green line might start to push up a little bit, and then it might slowly start to flatten out a little bit, all right, before pushing high again, like what we see over the past 1 year, right? So that could be what could happen to the green line. So $5 would be a key psychological support level that we want to watch. As I mentioned, the uptrend looks really intact above $5, but right now you can see that maybe not even $5. The support may have gone even higher, all right, and the support could potentially be at a higher level, and that would be maybe around that $5.30. You can see that over the past few days, seems like 520, 530, let's just put it at about 520. It seems like buyers are starting to come back on dips near there. So not even $5, maybe 520. That is where potentially we might consolidate, all right, before attempting to push higher. So that would be like the new consolidation range, 520 to that $5.50. So 520 to 550 is like a 30 cents range, pretty much like what we are doing over the past 1 year. It's about 20-30 cents, consolidate and start to push higher. So right now that could be the range. And if we break that 550, look at it. So this is the resistance level. So in an uptrend, we don't want it to go up too fast. We're going to see some consolidation as it moves up. So we might just push up here and then we consolidate, and then after a while, pump, right? It breaks the 550 and then we consolidate and it breaks higher, like what we are seeing over the past 1 year. That would be a healthy uptrend, right? So this is this stock that I like to share with you called Sembcorp Industry, whereby I feel that it still looks quite good even though it has gone up higher. You may have got in great, you're probably sitting on some good profits. You want to take steps to protect your profits while allowing it to ride and even higher if it's possible. If not, then it comes back down, it hits the stop loss, you get out, you still make money. All right, so this is Sembcorp Industry, one of the stocks that we like, one of the stocks that we covered since last year, and it's been looking really good for us. And I think potentially if we were to break this $5.50 resistance, we may still attempt to push higher and find a higher consolidation phase, right? So let's take a look at this system that I have called 1GT to see what it says and if there were any bullish signals that have came out over the past 1 over year. Okay, so this is Sembcorp Industry, one of the best performing stocks in the Singapore market for over a year, all right, on my 1GT, one good trend system. So this system kind of like alerts us to companies like this, to stocks like this, and it guides us on entry and exit. It comes up with like bullish and even bearish signals that guides us. So this is Sembcorp Industry. You can see that, somewhere around like October, November 2022, or it started to push up because this green arrow pointing up is a bullish signal, so it went up, all right, and then we got some bearish signals coming out. So it started to sell down, and as I mentioned, somewhere around here like the $3.06 November 2022, there were some upside targets that were drawn. But on my system as well, you can see that was where we actually had this 1GT bullish signal. A green arrow started to come back out, right, somewhere around like 17 November 2022, and that's where we draw some upside targets on the charts that I actually analyze on. All right, so you can see since then, since November, started to push up. In December we got another bullish signal, went up a little bit, and then we got an exit. So an exit would just mean like some profit taking. You can get out, take some profit, is fine. But each time there were exits, a few days later, another bullish signal starts to come out, went up, and then the most recent one was somewhere around that 21st of April 2023, right? So in April we got this 1GT bullish signal. You can see started to push up from like about like 430 to about 530, 540 right now, and there are no exits. This exit right here is not showing yet. All right, so there are no exits. It still looks quite good. As I mentioned, anything above that $5 or maybe even $5.20, right, I think that is where it might even attempt to push higher and even break the $5.50. And it breaks $5.50, great, it might push up to like $5.80 or $6, and then if we see an exit signal over there, great, that could also guide us to lock in some profits as well. All right, so this is the 1GT system. So I'll not talk too much about the system and the entire framework, but just wanted to share with you guys this stock that has been in our watch list since last year. Really top stock, one of the best performing on in the Singapore market. And the market was a little bit weaker, the banks are selling off, but for Sembcorp Industry is one of the better ones, whereby it kind of like go against the trend of many of those stocks in the Singapore market, and it's really the stronger ones, all right, which you can still consider to position yourselves in to ride more upside, even though it's already gone up. All right, so you want to find out a little bit more on like the system, how we have a system to guide us, and the entire framework on my strategy, the 1GT strategy, the one good trend. You can attend one of those free webinars that we're running in the next 1 or 2 months. Once it's ready, we'll let you know. All right, make sure you're on my email list. Click on the link around this video to download this free report. Or if you want to get some of our ideas much faster by WhatsApp as a client of mine in Philip Securities, if you're not like getting any service from your own broker, or you're just like logging in and trading on your own, you don't get any ideas or support or videos or trading or WhatsApp, and nobody contacts you at all, make sure you come on board as a client of mine in Philip Securities as well, whereby we do share ideas like this. I think Sembcorp Industry was one of those ideas that we shared since last year, and that's where you can also participate and ride and potentially profit from stocks like this with us. All right, so Joey here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.